We're here. We're on. It's cooking lessons time, you guys. It's 4 o'clock Eastern. Every single day I will be here showing you something. Now, cooking lessons can be cooking lessons. I'll teach you how to saute. I'll show you how to chop an onion, all of that. But what I also want to teach you how to do, besides using recipes, besides being able to put something together out of your refrigerator, I want to show you how to metamorphosize something you already have. Now, in my refrigerator, I have a bunch of soup right here. And it's something that we have often. We've got cabbage, carrots, celery, onions, bone broth. Pretty simple. I'm going to metamorphosize this soup into something completely different. And I'm using a lot of my leftovers. I'm actually using things that you've already seen me make. So it's a little bit interesting, and it's going to make the flavor of the soup unique and different. Can I duplicate this all over again? Sure, if I have these kind of leftovers. But the point is that you need to feed your family. And sometimes you've had that same soup in the refrigerator for a while, you've had that same whatever in there. If there's an opportunity to turn it around and completely 100% change it, not only are you getting rid of a boring leftover, but you're also transforming it, and nobody is going to be the wiser. I love that, and I love to be able to take something I've already made and add some other things to it and have it become brand new. That's what we love. So I just want to tell you right now, we are making a lentil soup. Now, lentils are fantastic. It's a legume, just like a white bean or a kidney bean or anything like that. Legumes are very high in fiber. They're high in carbs as well. But you can also subtract the fiber from the carbs to get a net carbohydrate. So in the scheme of things, they're not as bad as they could be. So for a cup of lentils, for example, is 39 carbs. But then you add into the fact that there's 15 grams of fiber in there, almost 16 grams of fiber. You subtract that, so do the math. What is that, 24 grams. So it's a little bit less, still high, but it's really, it's an excellent, excellent B vitamins in there. You've got potassium, you've got polyphenols in there, which act like an antioxidant. Really good stuff. The bad side about that is that it also has this component, which is an anti-nutrient called lectins. And lectins basically are in the plant's seed to protect it from being eaten by predators. This is, obviously this makes a lot of good sense. So lectins are an anti-nutrient, and they can cause bloating, they can cause all kinds of stomach issues, and for some people, unfortunately, me included, they're not as gentle on the digestive tract as I would like. So for me to eat this lentil soup, definitely I'm going to take some digestive enzymes with it, and you soak the lentils overnight. It makes a difference. Lentils are unlike other beans in that they don't need it to be soaked overnight. As a matter of fact, just straight out of the bag, if you just wash them, they will cook in about 20 to 30 minutes. It's the only bean that's like this. Every other bean really needs a lot longer cooking time. But lentils are, again, they're wonderful, and they do help, because of the fiber content, they do help to lower blood sugar levels. They are also high in zinc, which is really good for your immune system. And, as far as any kind of a bean is concerned, every once in a while throwing a bean in, sure, do it and see if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, then, definitely you're going to need to do a little bit of digestive enzymes or go with a smaller bean. There's a lot of discussion about whether beans are good. If you're paleo, people will not eat beans. If you're keto, you're not eating beans. But for the rest of the world looks at beans as being one of the best superfoods on the planet. And that is also, there's also 17 grams of protein in there. So it's really good for vegetarians and vegans. For our purposes, it makes one heck of a soup. Just ask Jacob and Esau. Do you remember that Jacob sold his birthright to his brother Esau? So, or was it? Wait a minute. No, Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. so that he could have a bowl of lentil soup. It's got to be good if you're going to do that. Okay, here we go. We just put, this is my regular soup, right? Regular soup. You can show a shot, love. And in it, I've got just cabbage, onions, and I just added the lentils, of course. And now, do you recognize this? Leftover puttanesca sauce. Yes, it's going in there. Do you know why it's going in there? Because it's going to add flavor and dimension. And I pulled this out of the fridge, or the freezer rather. And this is some of the sauce that I had left over from the chicken that I made, the taco chicken. So that's going to add flavor. Look how the whole thing is just changing in front of your eyes. Look at the color. Okay. And now I've got kind of I can almost add curry to that, right? And now I've got some leftover sausage crumbles. I'm going to add that in there. You see how you get rid of all the stuff in your house? You could add chicken to this. You could add anything. And
Italian sausage.
Yes, it is Italian sausage. And then I will salt and pepper later when I come back to taste it. But I've got it out. You want to always correct your seasoning. I'm going to add just a little bit of cumin, because cumin adds to the Mexican flavor. I'm also going to put in a half a bay leaf. I find bay leaves work really, really well with soups. Give that a stir. Okay. And in 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to come back, test it, and correct the seasoning. Probably add a little bit of garlic, maybe a little bit of cumin powder, more cumin, and some salt and pepper. And I know this isn't much of a cooking lesson as much as it is a directive on seeing things a little bit differently, seeing your leftovers a little more creatively. Because you're going to have leftovers. You're feeding your family 3 times a day now because you're all locked in. Now is the time to really grab hold of this idea that one thing can become another. Okay? I also wanted to give a shout out to some friends, to Laura, Amy, Helen, Jennifer, Lee, Yvonne, Mary, Felicia, and Tamara. These are all new Saving Dinner members. They have joined Dinner Answers. Dinner Answers is our proprietary program that we send menus, recipes, and shopping lists to your inbox every Tuesday to our members. We do this every single day, and we've been doing it for 19 years. Doesn't matter how you eat, but this is exactly what we do, and we help you. As long as you're eating real food, we're going to help you with a plan that works for you. And you can always have access to our database and change out any recipe that suits you and suits your family, creating the exact plan that you want. And I'm mentioning this because there's been a lot of people saying, hey, how can we support you? And we said, we'll support you guys right back if you become a member of Dinner Answers. It used to be $10 a month. We've lowered the price to $7. If you become a Dinner Answers supporter, a Saving Dinner supporter, and get Dinner Answers for $7 a month, you'll always pay $7 a month, even as the price goes back up. We're calling it pandemic pricing. I don't know, we just like alliteration. But I'm asking you to support Saving Dinner. This is a tough time for all of us, and we want to help you to get dinner on the table every night. We know that's important to your family, and we're here to support you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to be having. We'll be having something, though. It's going to be a little bit bigger than this, but I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, your soup can metamorphosize at any time. Oh, and one more thing. We start the sprint on Monday. If you go to savingdinner.com/sprint, you pick up the whole thing. It's free. And it basically is going to help all of us from this carb loading that we've been doing these last few days. We're going to start and clean the slate on Monday. Check it out. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint. And if you have any questions or you have any ideas of anything that you'd like to see me cook or help you out with, and not a baking thing, because I just, I gave you my full repertoire the other day. just let me know. Leave a comment here or send it an email to support@savingdinner.com. We're here to support you. Peace out.